Saying good morning, and welcome to those of you listening Classic Radio, those of you viewing GBN TV, those of you via social media platforms. Good morning, welcome to the Mid-Morning Buzz. How are you doing this morning, folks? Thanks for being with us. Let's say good morning to my guest, that's Mr. Frank Marshall. How are you doing this morning, sir? How are you doing this morning?
Welcome, I am well, GT. I'm well. Welcome, and thank you, and good morning to all of your listeners. It is a pleasure to be on the airways and interacting with you via this medium this morning.
All right, thank you, and welcome once again. We're talking National Primary School games coming up. I was telling you off, I have lost that. Maybe it's because I've done with primary school a long time. I sort of lost track of that this morning. Tell us, 2024 National Primary School games coming up. Share some information with our listening and viewing public this morning.
Okay, so the next GUT National Primary School Games 2024 is the culmination of the primary schools athletic season in Grenada. Mm-hmm. Now, over the last few weeks, we had the various branches having their primary school meets. Yeah. So, for instance, St. Mark, the winner would have been Bonnet Government School. Mm-hmm. For St. Patrick's branch, that would have been St. Patrick's RC. For St. Andrew's branch, that would have been St. Andrew's Methodist School. For the St. John's branch, the St. John's Anglican School. For the St. George's branch, the St. George's Methodist School. For the Carriacou Petit Martinique branch, Dover Government School. For St. David's, St. Martin de Porres Catholic School. And that would have been the 7 branches, I believe. Okay. So what happens now, after these branch finals, the branches would choose their best athletes to represent the branch on a national level.
Okay, so it's like all the branches coming together.
All of the branches coming together. All, including our brothers who are sisters who are separated by us via the sea. That is from the Carriacou and Petit Martinique. They are here. The contingent landed on Ireland last night, and we would have ensured their accommodations. So all branches will be represented tomorrow and Thursday.
All right, so it actually kicks off tomorrow.
And I want to let you and the listening public know is that this year we have an exciting change to things. Now, in the past, we had the first day being only for field events. Yes. But upon revision and we evaluating that, we realized that the field event athletes, like in the likes of Anderson Peters, the glory that they bring is as equal to the track athletes. And we thought that on the first day they were not offered the prominence that they deserve to participate in front of a watching and a crowd in awe. This year, both days, Wednesday 6th March and Thursday 7th March, are open to the public. So the general public wanted to come down to the stadium tomorrow and Thursday, starting promptly at 10 a.m.
I like that feel of it, Daily Cups. You're no longer folks going to wait for the second day to come and see all the activity taking place.
Yes.
And the first day, as we used to call it back in the day, is like the heats day.
Yes.
Day, where folks get themselves prepared for the finals. But now, both days, I'm assuming there'll be the combination of heats also.
Combination of heats and final events.
Final events on the both days.
Yes.
All right. What was the decision of coming up with that this year? I mean, you did mention that you decided no longer folks have to wait to come on the second day of things. But why that twist in it this year, or that change, I would say?
Well, it is common knowledge to the Grenadian public that the track and field and the athletes who have represented us internationally have brought to us as a country greater recognition, even more than the tourism board can bring. Yes. So we want our athletes from a very young age to be able to appreciate that adulation. We also want our Grenadian brothers and sisters, our citizenry, to see the young boys and girls, the Grenadian sons and daughters from a very young age. I was remarking to another interviewer this morning that the purest joy I've experienced in my life and as an adult is to see the little under 7s and the under 9s running their relays with such joy and glee and pure innocence. I mean, it warms your heart. Right. And in a year when we are celebrating the 50th anniversary as an independent nation, it is one thing to wear the pins, as I am doing. It is another thing to be at the stadium, which is wonderful as well. But the true patriotism of a Grenadian is how we interact with our brothers and sisters, and even more, how we treat the youngest among us. So we think that this event, the next GUT National Primary School Games 2024, tomorrow and Thursday is a marquee event in the vein of our appreciation of our boys and girls and in the celebration of our 50th anniversary.
Now, you have mentioned in the introduction all of the seven, of course, who have made it to the final to get to that stage. What's the level of competitiveness that you have noticed this year?
It has been truly competitive, and I must remark, though, that the long story and very renowned parish of St. Andrews has dominated this event for many years.
Was it a deliberate question?
Deserving.
I wonder if I asked
and they are quite deserving, and the talents from St. Andrews are remarkable. There's a robust network among the trainers and so forth. So we expect them to come and challenge again this year, challenge in a very agitated and very energetic manner, but by no means do I think that the competition is a foregone conclusion, for we do have St. David's, even the smaller parishes. Kiwani James was from St. John's, as a matter of fact, and then we have St. George's, Carriacou and Petit Martinique, so we expect keen competition right through.
Have you noticed any dominance in this year, any individual that you think folks could maybe look at for this year?
I must tell you, I would have observed some, but I'm turning 40 this year, and I think the memory going, so don't ask me any names. But I've seen some outstanding athletes. There's a young man from, just off the top of my head, from St. Paul's Government School. His name has slipped me. He performed very well recently, even at the National Champs over the weekend. Just an example off the top of me, but there's a myriad of athletes who are displaying such high level of talent and represent the parish as well. I think one other reason for that is, one, the whole idea of track and field and athletics is perceived in a more professional lens now by the schools. And then in addition to that, where the schools and the committees would have held a certain dominance on that before, now we have track clubs popping up all over Grenada to be able to add to that professionalism and to that technical superiority in the sports. We have the St. David's, I think the Track Blazers Club is Fusion in St. George's, there's one in a few on the western side. So it is an ecosystem built to be able to facilitate track and field excellence, and it does not start when they go to the heats at Carifta or World Athletic Championships or the Olympic Games. It starts here at the National Primary School Games, where the youngest, the most innocent, and the most truly motivated among us come out to perform their very best.
All right. So it is safe to say that athletic is in safe hands in Grenada, especially from the young stage that we had in the primary school.
To be honest with you, I almost said safer hands in them, but that was a political slogan last year, so I'm going to stay away from that. But I think athletics is in the safest hands possible. With the Nexa GUT National Primary School Games, as we help nurture our talented young boys and girls from the embryonic stages so that they can go ahead and fulfill their full God-given potential in the future.
Tell me, how has you noticed the preparation part of it for tomorrow, and the preparation part of it, how things are preparing?
The preparation part of it has been very rigorous, but we are progressing very well as a union, together with our title sponsor this year, next year. As a union, we have had a traditionally robust organizational structure when it comes to these things. We are accustomed to it, and although every year brings its challenges, it is well managed. I have the privilege this year of being the chairman of the logistics committee for this organization process. And while it has been taxing and it has tested the limits of my fortuity, no good deed or no great triumph or no great success has ever come to any individual or organization without putting in the work. So this is just par for the course, and so far we are getting the cooperation from the relevant stakeholders. The stadium has been so kind to facilitate site visit for us and our other teams.
Okay, great,
and the track feels new. I mean, I have no athletic experience, but it feels new under the foot.
Tell me, Nexa grabbing the mantle this year in terms of the overall sponsorship, how does that make the duty feel?
We, without taking any deserved acknowledgement of our previous sponsors, we are appreciative of having Nexa on board.
Yes.
Nexa in its current iteration is in some ways a child of the GUT from being the Grenadian of Teachers Credit Union.
Yes.
And by doing such making such an investment, it has demonstrated that Nexa is truly committed to not just helping the Grenadian public build financial wealth and developing financial independence, but Nexa is also putting their money where their mouth is in order to invest in the human resource of Grenada. And I think that is very worthy and a commendable act by a financial institution. And I think that sometimes in the perception, in the mind's eye of sometimes the general population, the perception is that a bank is here and then a credit union is here. But by Nexa putting their resources there shows that as an institution they have immense foresight to invest where it is, and they are equal toe to toe, head to head, dollar to dollar with any financial institution, and it should increase the confidence that customers and the Grenadian public should have in investing and continuing their relationship with the Nexa Credit Union.
Any final take before we wrap up this morning?
I would like to thank you, GT, for having me here to be able to speak about the Nexa GT National Primary School Games. I would like to say good morning again to the listening public. We are inviting you to come out to support the event and support your young sons and daughters of Grenada. Tomorrow and Thursday we open at 10. Our prices, the either stands $15 for adults, that is the main stand and the secondary stand. Primary school children $5 right through the day, and the bleachers, that will be $10 for adults. We have eats and drinks on sale. Right. So come out in your colors, come out with your loved ones, your boys and girls. Make it a family event for your family, and let's go out there and enjoy it and make sure that it is an activity, an event that all can be proud of.
You know, I didn't ask you that in our initial conversation. I guess the necessary security protocols also will be in place.
Yes, we have our security company. We also have been working with the Royal Grenada Police Force, which has been very accommodating to provide us with the necessary additional security support, security and traffic support for the games. So all will be well and all will be safe.
All right, thanks. So once again, Frank, thank you so much for being here this morning and sharing information. I saw the listening and viewing public will be coming out. I know the parents, well wishers, everybody will be coming out and show their love and support. And it's 2 days of activities.
Two days of activities, not 1 day. 2 days of
activities. Nice to hear that. All the best once again.
Thank you so much.
All right. Hey, folks, that's how we take a wrap for this edition of the Mid-Morning Buzz. Join us again for another edition. Then we say goodbye. Welcome to our listeners and the viewers once again. It's a big morning buzz, and let me say good morning to Mr. I always seem to forget your second name. Is it Glen Alexander? So it's Glen and Glen this morning. I would just go with GT. I could just work at that.
Okay.
All right. Welcome. How are you doing this morning, man?
Thank you, and thank you, GBN, for having me.
All right. This morning we want to talk about the Paralympic Games coming up. Tell us what's going on. Tell us what's going on.
Well, it's not
the actual game, but it's the Paralympics.
The Paralympic Committee.
Paralympic Committee. All right.
Our involvement as it is. So, as you know, last year at Intercall we had that event, that special event for Paralympians.
Yes.
And this year too, we're making every effort. Actually, I left them at the stadium in that kind of preparation to participate in Intercall. Moreover, it is even elated to have them participate in the National Primary School Games, which should be on Wednesday and Thursday. I think they have two events. I cannot speak to the specific timing as to when it would be. But of course, as a committee, we are indeed happy to have these athletes on show. So it is like a build-up. So we have the primary school games, we have the Intercall, and we also have them at Carifta.
All right. Tell me, para, of course, athletes who take part in the who have these abilities, from time to time, we have never seen them in participation much in Grenada. You understand?
Right. So,
over the years, you said from last year they kicked in into, and of course, what's the feeling from the athletes from your perspective of them?
Well, they are so happy, and for me, I love working with students like that. This morning, so we had Victoria and Grenville students, and they're always happy, well, obviously, to be on show, to be at the stadium, to be out. But I want to make it clear as it relates to, you have what you call Paralympians, and you have Special Olympics.
Okay.
All right. So the para might be, you may have a challenge somewhere, but in special, everybody wins.
Okay.
So when you participate, everybody is rewarded. With para, they usually do first, second, and third.
Okay.
So, but in Grenada, I think that hype. We know we have Aishana and Walters, and so who have done well previously, but we believe that more can be done with the support and interest of others.
How is the support level coming along for athletes of that level in Grenada?
Well, I think it's the committee to more or less push itself, because the response once these athletes have been put on show is a great one. We know, coming from the Santiago Games, and so remember we had, I'm trying to remember his name now, who did cycling. So the whole issue of getting to know what is offered and what can be done, and I think generally the public will support these endeavors.
Talk to me about the challenges that, of course, the committee, of course, have in terms of getting these athletes prepared to be part of these.
Well, obviously, finance is one of the challenges. Once you are financially able, then you will be able to maybe pay coaches or even the transportation aspect of it to get the students from Victoria and Grenville just to the stadium this morning. It's costing the committee, and it's non-charitable, so we more or less bank on support that is given. I know from time to time the Lottery Authority and the Olympic Committee will assist, but we believe that it can go beyond that, with corporate sponsors, or they're coming forward to assist in the endeavor. I know we have some plans to do some festivals, because we need to be able to identify talent and give Grenada an opportunity to be on the map.
A crucial part of this is convincing parents and so forth to want to allow their sons and daughters with these challenges to want to participate. How is that?
Yeah, well, the issue of parents, the support, because generally you find that the easier thing for parents is to deal with the children from home. When it comes to the extra effort in terms of taking them out to be with them, so it is a hassle. So sometimes they might not be able to travel with a regular transport system, etc. So these are some limitation in terms of provision and so forth. Then, but I think one of the ideas we have is to have a volunteer organization that can assist directly in our effort, because sometimes even the parents themselves might not be able to handle them with the physically challenged. So they may need a wheelchair, they may need crutches, they may need a leg, and all of these things. So while it may seem cumbersome, but I think with the will, there will always be a way.
The issue of identifying the talents, how is that also?
That is something that we have, as I said, coming on stream in terms of talent identification. Because one of the issues we have in terms of, let's say, registering or getting grants and so, is with the inclusion of equal sexes. So we may not get onto a program because we suffer of not having a female athlete. So to get rid of that, we are in the process, and very soon, once we come to the public, and because we want to also build a database in terms of who is there, who's available, who can participate, who we can work with, so that we can spread the wings to really take care of that. But I know off the bat, we have a limitation in terms of the number of females available, and we're hoping that the students who are participating at the moment, we can harness them, we can hold them, and get them to use them for bigger things. I just want to say quickly in terms of with para sports, and so you have classification.
Okay.
So you might be intellectual, you might have a limitation intellectually, physically, and so forth. You have and I think we may need maybe another program to educate the public on as to what is available. You have the Gun Rifle Association, I believe. They also too, they are part of the Paralympic. You have the volleyball. All of these other organizations, they are available, but I think more information is needed as to what is the expectation, how you can get involved, and all of these things. So we may just need another program to speak specifically to that, because I think there are about 9 different sports that one can be involved in. And as we on this, I think I mentioned off air the issue of bocce.
Yes. Go ahead.
So bocce is a new sport that was introduced to Grenada. It's something.
I think it's like the first time I'm hearing about it for myself. Bocce.
Right. So
tell me about
bocce is a sport like marble.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Okay,
so
okay.
and you sit and generally, yes, it's for persons who might be challenged in a way, because how it's played, I think you have to be seated, and then like you roll the balls, when you get closer, it's just like marbles. And I must say, for the para committee, we are as of next week, there's a group of 6 persons, including myself, who will be off to Jamaica to get some training.
Okay.
All right, in terms of officiating, in terms of coaching, and we also have 2 athletes who are going to be along with it. So we hope that upon return we'll be able to broaden the base. Yes, we have Miss Keisha. I can't remember the second name now. She has been doing some work, and some of bocce is done in the special school, but we believe that we need to open it and make it a bigger thing for Grenada, and it's always good to have physically challenged people involved in sporting activities.
So that particular sporting activity, bocce, is it prevalent in most of the islands of the Caribbean already?
Well, Jamaica has it big. Trinidad has it. So you might not be hearing about it. A few months ago, Grenada launched the sports. But we believe and know that it's not only launching it, but you should be able to widen it and have it more available. So we're hoping that from that course that we will attend in Jamaica, we would get the opportunity to widen our scope
and learn more.
Do a festival, run our workshop, train the trainers, and so create an alternative to sporting activities and involvement for people with challenges.
You know, last year we had a conversation some time ago when you were with Tyler in St. Lucia. Tell me about it. Any updates on him lately?
Yeah, well, Tyler has been doing very well. He continues to train with Trailblazers. Yeah. He participated in the national championship last weekend. I was not with him. He has his coach, Bassanio Nicholas.
Okay.
He is intended to. We're hoping that hopefully he and Aishana would get to go to Morocco. Okay. But the major preparation is for the Paris Olympic, and he continues to move from strength to strength. The leg that he has, we're in the process of getting a new leg because the traffic, the push-off, and so what he needs specifically for him to throw better, we need to get something sporting like.
All right. Now, finally, first question I want to ask in terms of the particular athletes, in terms of for the games coming up, the intercall and so forth. What are some of the events we're going to see?
Well, it's basically the 100 meters. We know, and let me just say for the character. In terms of the registration process, I might not be aware as to what it is, but I know we have athletes coming from Jamaica and the Bahamas, and we recently learned of someone from St. Vincent who's going to be doing shot put. So our locals, Tyler Smith and Nicole Walters, they will have the opportunity to compete, and the goal is to participate and represent Grenada to the highest level.
All right, great. Anything in closing before we take our
Well, I just want to encourage the public to continue to support our special athletes. For me, it's like once we get the opportunity to provide that,
you just happy for the opportunity.
It put a smile on my face.
Great.
So I'll be glued to the television, even if I would not be in Grenada that time, to actually see the students participate. We know too that I just wish to add quickly the women's they're celebrating something on Saturday, and we have Magdalene. From JW
International Women's Day. So,
yeah. So there's something for young girls, and we're happy to have Magdalene from JW Fletcher participate in that event. So any opportunity for physically challenged, impaired persons to be on show, to get to put a smile on the face, that is what the Paralympic Committee is all about. All
right. I want to thank you once again, Mr. Glen Alexander, for being here this morning, sharing information, and certainly I wish all the athletes who will be performing in the necessary disciplines coming up, best wishes goes out to them also.
Thank you, and thank you to GBN.
All right, thanks again. Hey folks, that's how we take a wrap for this edition of the Mid-Morning Buzz. All the best, folks. Join us again.